What's going on, guys? Jacob Billingsley, Build the Base podcast. Back today with another one for you. This one's going to be a quick one. Just a couple quick tips for my athletes on some fueling and nutrition, things that you can do to have better energy and be more sustained throughout the game. First off, got my Save Not Soft shirt on. Shout out Joby Martin, Church of 1122 in Jacksonville, Florida. Love their messages. If you don't know Joby Martin, if you don't know Church of 1122, go check them out on Instagram or YouTube. They've got some awesome sermons on some things. So athlete fuel hacks. These are a few that I've made posts on recently or that I find myself talking to athletes about a lot. And first one, when it is cold, it is super easy to get dehydrated. And the reason is because it's cold and you're not thirsty. You're not sweating as much. You just forget about it. Being dehydrated, even just a little bit, can lower your power and speed outputs. Obviously, that's not good. We don't want to do that. As athletes, we need all the power, all the speed that we can get. And when you're dehydrated, you're going to lose some of the power. The power levels are going to begin to diminish. And when it's cold, one easy thing to do is to take hot water, put it in an insulated canteen like this, and throughout the game, just sip on the hot water. If you want some electrolytes, if you want to put some sort of flavoring in it, that's cool. Water is water. You put electrolytes in it, you put half a packet of like hot chocolate, and it's still water. You're still going to get hydrated. So that's one tip that I would give you guys that are playing in cold weather in the seasons, earlier in the season. If you're a spring sport athlete, maybe late in the season. If you're a fall sport athlete, just put hot water in a canteen. Sip on it throughout the game. It's going to keep you warm and keep you hydrated. That's tip number one. The second tip is carbs for energy. So how your muscles work. Tip number two is carbs for energy. So this is oversimplified, but your muscles run on carbohydrates as a power athlete, as a field sport athlete. Carbs are the gas for your gas tank. Within the muscle, they basically have little gas tanks that are filled up by carbohydrates. And there's a couple different types of carbs, couple different ways to use carbs, as well as some durations of when to use them. First one is complex carbs. This is things like rice, pasta, potatoes that are a little bit more dense, that are real foods. Those complex carbs you want to eat a couple hours before the game. Those are going to get into your energy systems. They're going to fuel the gas tank in the muscles, but those are going to be long, slow digesting carbs, which means you're going to have some fuel from those for a little bit longer than you would with simple carbs. But it's also going to take a little bit longer in order for them to get into the gas tank to be able to be used. So those are the ones you want to have a couple hours before the game, get them in the body, allow them to give you sustainable energy throughout the game. The second type is quick carbs. This is things like granola bar, Rice Krispie treats, candies, gummy worms, Sour Patch Kids. Those are going to get into your energy systems very quickly. These are things that I would say that you can actually, for quick energy, you can snack on during the game. This is like an intra-game snack. So I was talking to a high school baseball team just this last week, and this was one of the tips that I gave them was have complex carbs a couple hours before. Have your rice, your pasta, your potatoes, along with a very lean meat. A couple hours before the game, let that get in and let your body begin to utilize that energy and use it sustainably throughout the game. But also, you go out for your warm up. Let's say it's a 30 minutes before the game. You're going through like a quick dynamic warm up again, or you're getting ready to do some pregame work. Have half a granola bar, have half a Rice Krispie treat. That's going to give you some immediate energy as well. That's going to get into your energy systems faster, which you can utilize a little quicker. But the tip that I gave them for the baseball team specifically, if they play 7 innings, around that 4th inning, you want to eat the other half of that granola bar, the other half of that Rice Krispie treat, another couple gummy worms, because now you are replenishing that quick energy that has now been used for the first couple innings of the game. And a lot of times, especially in sports like baseball that lasts several hours, if you're a position that's like a pitcher or a catcher where you're constantly moving every single play of every single game, you're using energy a lot faster than some of the other positions. And for my pitchers, a lot of times when they get later into the game, they begin to fatigue and they kind of hit a wall from an energy standpoint. And A lot of times that's not because they're not conditioned. That's because they've hit a wall with their energy. They've run out of gas. Their gas tank has been being used the whole game and now it's getting close to E. If you just give the body a little, your body is going to get an immediate burst of energy and you're going to be able to finish that game a lot better with a lot better energy. It's the same situation when, distance runners are eating, carb gels or they're drinking these carb dense drinks in the middle of running is because their body is using the carbohydrates, is using the energy. You're running out of gas. Well, if what happens when you get to E in a gas tank in a car? You stop going. Your body works the same way. When you get out of energy, you hit a wall and you're not able to focus the same way. Having a quick burst of energy with some quick, simple carbs like that is going to help you finish the game stronger with better energy. So that's the second tip there is know how to utilize carbohydrates. You want to use both. You don't want to just use simple carbs because your body's going to eventually hit a wall with that too. Those are only supposed to be utilized in a short window where you're eating it right before the game, you're eating it during the game for immediate energy. You don't want to eat that constantly. There's a ton of different reasons why, but from a performance standpoint, that's going to help give you some quick energy. All right. So the third thing, when you athletes are in season, obviously you're moving more. Your body's moving more. You've got practice, you've got games, you've got warm ups. You might have a double header if you're a baseball player. If you're a volleyball player on the weekend, you might have, 4 to 6 matches, in one day, depending on how the tournaments are set up. You're warming up, you're playing, you're cooling down. You're warming up, you're playing, you're cooling down. It's happening nonstop. So you are burning a lot of energy. You are burning a lot of calories. So in addition to what we just talked about how to fuel for the performance of the game, you also need to understand that your body is utilizing a lot more energy than it was preseason or in the off season is because you're constantly on go during games and practices. So your body is going to burn more calories than it normally would. We see this all the time where we have athletes that are working all off season to put on weight, especially because we train a ton of high school athletes. Almost all of them need to put on weight and we might gain between 10 and 25 pounds in the off season. And they get in season, they are still eating the same way that they were in the off season, but now their body is utilizing a lot more calories. And if they're still eating the same way that they were, they're going to be losing weight constantly throughout the season. So we see this all the time where we have athletes that work their tail off all off season to put on good quality weight. They don't keep up with their calories and nutrition in season. And now throughout the year, they begin to diminish their body weight. And not only are they losing the gains that they made in the off season, but now at the end of this season, when the postseason is here, when it matters most, they are not in peak form. They have lost weight, they have lost power, they have lost strength, they have lost speed. And that's when it matters most is at the end of the season. So being able to keep up with your training, being able to keep up with your nutrition in season and understanding that your body is going to utilize more energy and is going to burn more calories, you have to keep up with that if you don't want your body weight to continue to diminish throughout the year. Because again, when that happens, you're going back into the off season at the same body weight that you were an entire year ago at the off season. That's not good for our high school athletes that are wanting to play college. If you're having to push the reset button every single fall or every single winter because we're not training year round, we're not eating and understanding that I need to eat more on game days and in season, I need to eat less on off days. If I'm not understanding how calories work and how the body utilizes energy, we're not going to be set up for success long term, especially for the ones that want to play in college. So that's my third and final tip is in season, your body is going to be utilizing more calories and more energy. If you want to maintain your body weight, you have to eat even more calories that you were preseason and off season. If you want to continue to gain weight in season, you have to eat even more calories than your maintenance, which the maintenance is higher than the maintenance was in the off season because you're playing more, you're training more, your body is utilizing calories and energy. So that's my third and final tip. Make sure that you're staying on top of your nutrition in season, or else you're going to lose body weight, you're going to lose power, you're going to lose speed, and you're going to lose the gains that you worked so hard for in the off season. So until I talk to you guys in the next podcast, have a great day.